Hey, everybody. My name is Amy Cawthorn. I'm bringing you the school board meeting from November 13th, 2023. It was a pretty long meeting, and I'll try to make this as short as possible. They started off with a gift that was given, a $1,000 donation. It was given by the John Unstead Memorial for middle school girls basketball uniforms. There were a couple of school use activities that were asked for. So the Blair Dance Center, they want to use the high school auditorium from May 28th through June 2nd, 2024. So next year for their annual dance recital. June 2nd is on a Sunday, therefore it requires board approval, and they did approve that. There's also a wrestling club. They want to use the main gym, the auxiliary gym, the wrestling room, concession stand, and atrium for their annual youth tournament. It's going to be Sunday, December 3rd, 2023, from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And they did approve that. There was a cheer competition that was presented for approval. The competition is going to be on Sunday, December 10th, Sunday, January 14th, and Sunday, January 28th. And it looks like they're all somewhere else, but that was approved. So those cheerleaders will be able to do those competitions. There was also a volleyball club request to use the auxiliary gym on Sunday evenings from 6 to 8 p.m. from December 10th through February 25th, excluding the holiday break. They'd be mainly comprised of middle school students for practicing this volleyball for competition or whatever they're doing. And all of the board voted no. They want to go back and revisit. They're afraid that if they start letting people use the gym that are outside the school on Sunday, that's going to be a regular request, and that's not what they want. So they said that they wrote no, table it until next year, or until next meeting. I'm sorry, next meeting. There was a resignation. Kelly Westfall, high school English teacher, she is resigning from teaching at our school. So at the end of the school year. Also, they talked about Dolphine. Wanda Dolphine is retiring. And they're interviewing to fill her spot. Okay, big news is they are looking at changing our school schedule. I always get real nervous when they start talking about changing our school schedule in the middle of the year, or ones that have already been put together, because I make plans off those. But anyway, about 7 years ago or so, they implemented the PLCs, and they decided that they'd do late start Friday, regardless of whatever ever happened, transpired, whatever. It was decided upon we do late start Fridays, and we've been doing late start Fridays for about 7 years now. They mentioned some adverse issues with late start Fridays, to where a whole day of PLC would be better than a late start. And they've also been talking to teachers and getting really good feedback about the idea of doing school like any other normal district would do, Monday through Friday from start to finish, 8 to 3 or whatever it is. And then let the school kids take off one Friday a month and do their PLC, professional development, collaboration, whatever they do during that period of time. Anyway, okay, so that passed. Changing the school schedule passed on its first reading. So now it's your turn. You need to contact your your school board. You need to contact your superintendent. Let them know what you think. Come to the next school board meeting, which is going to be the second Monday of next month. So the second Monday of next month, be at the school board meeting. It's at 7 o'clock at North Elementary. Okay, the next big issue that came down the pike was the number of the people on the school board. Last year, they went from 9 members to 8 members. And what the plan was, what that school board that initially did that planning had planned on them going from 8 this coming election to 4. Well, it seems as though most of the school board didn't want that. They want to go ahead and keep it at 8. A kind of distribution of work and was the main focus, it sounded like. They continue to narrow down the scope, the bodies that are on the school board. The work becomes more and more. And I'm not sure if you guys know this, but the school board position is not a paid position. So it's definitely a servant that's on school board. So anyway, they are going to keep the seats at 5. That means that they're going to keep the seats at 8. That means we have 5 seats up this time around. And what they're going to do is they're going to have 4 of those seats. They're going to be elected for a 4-year term. And then there's going to be 1 seat that's going to be elected for a 2-year term so they can get on the other cycle. That way, we are electing 4, and then we're electing 4 every other year. So anyway, that did pass. So we're going to have 8 school board members. Chada, Losky, and Peterson are the ones who voted against it. It seems as though the track, I'm assuming at the high school, has got a locked gate, and they're working on trying to get that to where the public can use it to walk and, kind of get some money out, get some use out of their tax dollars, right? Anyway, I'm just going to read through what BG&T, that's Building Grounds and Transportation, had. It seems as though there's a wiring issue in the closet of Arbor Park that needs repaired. They've got Kidwell looking at that. Girls High School scoreboards are installed for wrestling. The sound system at Deerfield is restored. From what they said, this is the first time it's ever worked since they have installed it. So it is now working, the sound system, which I'm sure is nice. Odd common area upgrade. And I'm not sure exactly what that is. Some kind of HP controller. I'm thinking it was some kind of a heat and air control, maybe. But anyway, $6,373. Cransfield bleacher seats. They're wanting to replace the Cransfield bleacher seats, which is going to be $32,000, and then they're wanting to put handrails on each side, which is going to be $8,700 for each side. High school auditorium, the high school auditorium has been sanded and repainted. They wanted to get that done before all the good stuff started in the high school that all the public comes to. The playground equipment has been moved from South to Arbor. And there was one window covering that they were wanting to put on some of those outside windows for part of their safety plan to keep people from being able to look inside the classrooms to see what's going on. It seems as though that has been done. Arbor Park desks and some chairs need to be replaced. Bathroom at Arbor Parks are back in progress. They were Steve said it looks like about 2 more weeks and they'll be done with those. Okay, the finance committee meeting. They said it seems so there's some switches. And like I said, this just went over my head. It has something to do with technology. It seems as though there's some switches, and they are going to continue a plan that they have for the switches that they currently have now, instead of getting new ones right now. So the extension is going to cost $10,000. E-Ray Fed is supposed to come in and replace the switches, and that's a federal organization. So they're wanting to just kind of pull this out on these switches and for the next couple of years, so they can get this E-Ray, this federal people to come in and replace that, and not have to pay for it. They did bargaining last night, or started the bargaining last night, collective bargaining for the teachers and teachers' salaries. It seems as though flip form risers for Deerfield are being purchased for $10,900. The elementary schools have never had risers. They've always borrowed and had to haul. So now Deerfield will have these flip form risers, and they will share it with Arbor when necessary. We have a 2003 snow removal truck that is at the end of life. And so they're going to replace that with a 2020 truck from Sid Dillon. They said it's real heavy duty, went on and on about it, for $41,000. The truck has 51,000 miles on it. Then they're going to also buy a snowplow for it to help with snow removal for $8,600. They are talked about hiring one speech pathologist. Our concessions and our gate entrance are going to go digital, so you can pay for your gate entrance and your concession on your credit card. They said that the credit card fee that's charged for using a credit card would be passed on to the customer. Bus drivers, guys, we need bus drivers. We need bus drivers really, really bad. They're talking about reaching out to First Student to get a couple of bus drivers. It'd be really nice to be able to maintain our own bus drivers in Blair. So if you have an interest of being a bus driver and getting those CDLs, you need to reach out and become a bus driver. We need bus drivers. We've got one that's going on sick leave, and from what I understand, he's going to be there for an extended period of time, which just really runs us into a needed area, and we really need bus drivers. So if you want to be a bus driver, we need bus drivers. ESU software, this is a monitoring system. It sounded like that the teacher is going to be able to monitor the students' computer when they're in class. So if they're doing something on their computer that they're not supposed to be able to do, that they're not supposed to be doing, they're not going to be able to just hide it with an arm. The teacher's going to be able to see the computer screen from their computer screen. There's going to be a way to monitor every computer screen in the classroom. And also they said something about hall passes is included in this with the software. And so if a student goes to the restroom, it's on a hall pass, the office is going to know exactly where every student's at. That's what I understood. And that's going to be we're purchasing that system, and it's $9,500 annually. Paraprofessionals have been 27.5 hours, which puts them underneath that full-time mark, so they're not eligible for any insurance or anything like that. With us going to move to 5 full-time days, 8 to 5 or 8 to 3 for 5 days, and the extra award that we got with special ed from the state, they are moving the paras to 38 hours a week for 9 months. That will also get them the insurance and benefits, because they will be considered a full-time employee. They said that they're going to give the paras that are there a choice. So if they prefer just to stay part-time, they can stay part-time. If they want to go full-time, they can go full-time. They talked about 5 new teacher positions that they're wanting to post for next year. A couple of those are part-time positions, but, and I didn't write them all down, but the 5 new teacher positions, I remember social studies and ag teacher, um, eh, a Spanish teacher. They want to get Spanish back in aught again. Um, anyway, the health insurance benefits for the teachers, for the, I guess the whole Blair community schools use the same insurance is 1.99%. So there's an increase to their premium for almost 2%. And that was our school board meeting. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.